Well, big up everyone. Welcome to another episode. Deji Spurs in the building with my homeboy from the six, Zeus in the building.
Jeez, jeez,
Tottenham
jeez.
slapping up Crystal Palace. How you doing, my bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Can't complain. Top of the league, right? So she celebrating. It feels good. 5 points clear for a bit. I mean, it's only two now, but hey, we'll take it.
Bruv, I will take it. I think what we are witnessing history right now. Because I think they were saying that we've probably amassed the most amount of points after 10 games. And there were even murmurs. I mean, I'm not trying to make a comparison between, but we've already amassed more points than the Invincibles. Let that sink in. I'm not saying that we're gonna go unbeaten for the whole season, but bloody hell, mate, we have had a bloody great start. 10 games, 26 points, meaning we've only dropped 2 points in 2 games.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, Zeus, just talk to me. Talk to me. How's it feeling? We got to lap this up.
I mean, okay, like you, I'm not saying title we're gonna win everything, but it's good to see the football's good. It's positive. Um, top of the league, playing good football. Like we're top of the league with Conte, right? Last season, not at this stage, but a bit further back, right? But it's just good to see, based on how last season was the way it ended, just disastrous, right? Just the rebuild and how quickly things have come along is fantastic, right? Like team spirit is there. Son's, I think I don't know if Son's on penalty duties, but if he is, like, who knows? Haaland's record could be at risk, right? Like, Son's banging in the goals. The midfield's fantastic. The defense is incredible. The left side is a bit wonky. Well, not wonky. Depends who starts. Richarlison is still a bit of an issue. But like, it's just good to see that we have a set team for the most part, and the football's gravy. And a lot of people say, "Oh, they're gonna lose this. They're gonna drop that." I mean, we've got big tests coming up. The next is it 5 or 6 games? The big boys, but at the very least, and Postecoglou knows what he's doing, right? So we'll take that.
100%. I mean, for me, I mean, we're going to get into the Palace game and then talk about, the kind of great record that we have so far. So I guess let's just delve in. So for me, it didn't matter who we played. I just felt like at this juncture, we've been there before, under Mourinho, under Conte, where you're top of the league. You have the international break after about 8 games, and then Tottenham go on the slump. Now, it could have been Luton that we had on Monday. It could have been bloody Norwich. It could have been Huddersfield. It didn't matter. Monday's game, for me, was a banana skin. And for me, the way that we were composed, we put the sword to Fulham, you know what I mean? We just slapped them up. It was a breath of fresh air. And I'm thinking, okay, is this something? Is this something? And I have been saying, Zeus, that before I can start shaking my bum, I need to see Tottenham go away to Crystal Palace and get a result. And to be fair, bro, the first half, we knew what it was. It was low block. Let's be real. Roy Hodgson is a madman. Let me tell you why Roy Hodgson is a madman.
Yeah.
Roy Hodgson might as well have been Conan and his players, the Barbarians, yeah? It was Conan and the Barbarians yesterday's game, because what he did is he sent those Crystal Palace players out to chop and hack, with an axe, the players down. To be honest with you, the fact that, who was it? Edward. For me, Edward should have got sent off. He had one challenge with his studs on Van de Ven. I think he did it to Basuma or Højbjerg, one of them. For me, how is Edward still on the pitch? Do you know what I mean? But do you agree? Because no one talks about the fact that Roy Hodgson and the Crystal Palace team did this kind of barbarian football, which I really wasn't pleased, because I understand it's a London derby, but let's play the game right. Let's not turn this into WrestleMania 65 or something.
Yeah. I mean, the first half was quite clear that Palace's plan was to stop us from playing, and it wasn't great football. Like, but I think that's just because Palace weren't down to play. They weren't here to play us up straight, man for man. And I mean, the goal that we got, I was very, very lucky, right? Incredible luck there. The own
It was
goal.
going wide, didn't it?
It was, yeah. But the second goal that really, I was really ecstatic with that because that is just great play, great open play football. Like when we score from a set piece is corner kick, whatever, free kick. But you always look for those goals that are created, from the actual pattern of play, so to speak. So that one really, really impressed me, right? Like Brennan link up. Wait, who gave him the ball? I know he passed the
It
Son.
was Saar crossfield ball into Brennan,
Yeah,
Brennan to Madders,
yeah.
Madders back to Brennan or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I know Mattis was involved, and then I think
Yeah.
I think Johnson gave the final ball to Son, but that's kind of like the stuff I look for. So
Yeah.
that was really the fact that they were able to score that kind of goal against a team like Palace. Like, yeah, that was top notch. But yeah, the first half though was not. I mean, we didn't have a shot on goal, right?
Yeah.
The only shot on goal we had was the set was Son's goal. So
Yeah.
that's just showing that they were not opening up one bit at all. And there's probably going to be more games like this, but when we play against the big boys where teams come toe to toe, I think we actually would play better with
I
this
think
new
so.
system we got, right? So
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm going to quickly go off script just briefly, and then I'm going to come back. But I've got big up to all the people in the chat, all the Arsenal cronies, the assembled AFC, always here to there. Big up to you. Now, AFC always says, Deji, put some respect and ain't kitty catty because he scored a hat trick today. You just heard my bro Zeus talk about the second goal from Spurs. Now, I watched your dusty game against Sheffield United, and none of your goals was of the level of our second goal. Yeah, the first one, Zach, get me, came into his feet, he plants it in. All right, good first touch. The second one, and then the third one, he did a hit and hope, and it went in. As for that Sheffield United goalkeeper, he's rubbish, to be honest. I think I could do a better job in goal. So before Arsenal fans in the chat start shaking their bum violently for your 5-0 win, well done to you. And Zeus and I will touch on that just briefly. So Zeus, I hear what you're saying, and I love that move, and we were just sourcing. But I think for me, what was more impressive was that it felt like we were in total control, bro. Let's just be real. I didn't feel it's the first time in a long time that we've gone to Selhurst Park, and I wasn't really worried about losing the game. Maybe I was worried about drawing the game in the last 10 minutes, and we know why, because of the handball that wasn't a goal, what they gave a goal, and then it made
that was clear handball. I don't know what happened there.
I mean, I don't know. The other thing is, we talk about Tottenham getting decisions this year with the referees. The referee was the most biased referee. I'm not calling him out. I mean, that's what big teams do. Even if you got the referee against you, you still turn up and you do your thing, and that's what Tottenham was able to do yesterday. Who was your standout performer from the game yesterday? Because I there's a reason why I'm asking this question, but I really do. Yeah, go on, bro. Who was your standout?
So, I know you said you felt confident that we were gonna maybe not drop points, but I would say Vicario had to make some great saves. Right, like, maybe they're easy saves to make. I don't know, but some other keeper could let those in. Like Lloris could, had a few clangers or something. But he had some key saves. But I wouldn't say maybe not man of the match, but maybe Van de Ven. Like, I think there was a couple challenges where he showed his pace and was really able to stifle the opposition. So maybe it was definitely someone at the back. But I vividly remember Van de Ven having like a few key challenges. So I would say him. Yeah.
He was on fire. I just also want to say I agree. I think Van de Ven was on fire even after getting that knock I was just praying that he didn't get an injury from that dirty challenge from Edouard. By the way, Edouard didn't even pick up a yellow. By the way, how the hell did that
Crazy.
happen? Where this guy was unscathed. But
Yeah.
I think for me, it was nice to see Basuma back. There was a lot of Tottenham fans kind of criticizing Basuma. What do you want? At the end of the day, he couldn't give us all action. I wasn't even expecting Basuma to start, in all honesty, because I was thinking we need to kind of rest him, or we need to kind of make sure he's available for the game against Chelsea. But boy, oh boy, let's just put some respect on Pape Sarr. I don't think we've spoken enough of this guy. Arsenal fans are wax lyrical about Declan Rice. They're wax lyrical about bloody Jesus. They're wax lyrical about Smith Rowe. If you can be wax lyrical about Smith Rowe, we can be wax lyrical about Pape Sarr. He is going unnoticed in that midfield. And although it was lovely to see Bentancur back, I'm starting to think he's a shining light, bro. That mop-up job, the way he was flip-flapping those Crystal Palace players yesterday, it was something to behold. And remember, he's only 19.
Yeah.
19 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Did you think he had a stand-up performance?
I mean, to me, not so much, because I guess I'm, kind of biased and towards the forward play. So, like, the defensive mop-ups, I don't focus as much on that. But I saw a lot of people kind of herald him as, like, man of the match. Like, he had, like, the best game. He was the standout player for them. I saw a lot of that talk online. So, yeah, definitely he's becoming a force to be reckoned with. Like, even when Bentancur comes back, like you said, right? Like, it might still going to be this might still be the first choice, at least Bis and Sa, right? That would be even though Bentancur is coming recently. So, but the African Championship is going to come up, and then that, like, we have to kind of redo everything. It's good that Højbjerg's been coming in, getting minutes, and being part of the team. But the second spot's up for grabs, I guess, and maybe Bentancur. I don't know. Does Bentancur? I guess he's a bit more offensive, and Højbjerg can play the defensive role. But like I said, a lot of online strong talk about how he had a fantastic game. So I guess I have to agree with you there.
Yeah, no, 100%. Bro, look, I don't think people are deep in the significance, and we've got a lot of Arsenal fans. So let me just big up and just read some of the comments. AFC always is saying, look, Deji, you've got some hard games coming up. Yep, and we're going to talk briefly about those games tonight. He says that Maddison's signing of the summer. Maddison blatantly is the signing of the summer, because I don't think about Kane. I don't give a damn. Kane scored a hat-trick. So what? Who gives a damn? My team
he scored a goal from his half. I think it's a big deal, man.
Crazy. Do you get me? And as a Spurs fan, we're happy to see Kane doing well. But do we miss him? Yeah, I don't want to say I don't miss him. But right now, I'm in the vein. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think for me, I think Zeus, we got to be looking at the fact that maybe Tottenham might just be the real deal. I know people are going to say it's early, it's only 10 games, but 10 games is enough time. 10 games was when we knew, and I remember us being on a stream together when we started to go, hold on, maybe this Arsenal team, maybe they have something. We're hoping and we're wishing for the wheels to fall off. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be honest, but there was enough there to say, this Arsenal team's cooking different. Can we say this Spurs team is cooking different? Is it still a new manager bounce?
No.
Can we get a little bit excited? Postecoglou saying get excited. I mean, I just want to hear your view on this, please.
I mean, it's getting excited for sure. I don't know if y'all title talk. It's too early for title talk. It's. I think it's good enough to say we will challenge. We will, be in the. We will challenge the big boys. I guess the big boys being Man City. I guess maybe Arsenal, right? But we're the opposition. They're still the favorites, but there's a chance we can disrupt their charge. You know what I mean? So watch these guys. The game against City, those are the critical games. Those are more or less 6-pointers kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that kind of talk, right? Okay, like how Arsenal came up last season. Like City at the start, City were favored to win it, right? But
Yeah.
Arsenal, the way we're doing, and we're like, maybe Arsenal can ruffle some feathers here. So I would say that's a similar thing right now. Like we will be ruffling City's feathers. That
But can you see? Can you see? I agree, and can you see that some of the things that I was saying last season, it doesn't. It means I wasn't crazy because
Mhm.
right now I prefer not being in Europe and having a title challenge than to being in Europe and not even coming close. I mean, just from your perspective, I just want to hear from your view. Would you Are you cool with not being in Europe if we can be challenging for the title? Because for me, I think I am. I'm going to be shameless and say I
Yeah,
could give it. Obviously, if we title challenging, you're probably going to finish in a European position. But
yeah,
I don't mind. I would happily give up a European spot if Tottenham could be challenging for the Premier League season in, season out. I know
yeah,
it's not possible, but just the theory of it.
yeah. No, I mean, I think you want to whatever competition you're in, you want to challenge. Like you want to win it. You want to have a good chance of winning it, right? So sometimes when like last season's Champions League campaign, there was, yeah, you know what I mean, AC Milan out like on a whimper kind of thing, versus a title challenge. You take that. I think you want to be in tournaments where you have a good chance of winning. And realistically, Champions League, at least last season, there was no chance of winning. So last season, I would have definitely taken a title challenge versus so either or, I guess. Either one or the other. Like it's incredibly hard to do both. And I think it goes in stages, right? Maybe you win one trophy, then maybe you can start thinking of doing both. But if it's you're like a new entity like us, where we're on with a new manager and we're doing well, we can win the league. Hopefully we can get that. Then maybe we can go for the Champions League next year. Like the double, all those kind of things,
Amazing.
incredibly hard. Either or is kind of the way I see it.
I think I'm with you either or. I'm just gonna pick up on some comments in the chat, but I'm with you, Zeus, my bro. Nas is in the building. Big up to you, Deji. I'm nervous for the Touchdowns game. F me, we are losing. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've already said it. I've tried not to stream with any Chelsea fans, and to be honest, I'm disappointed in Chelsea. The fact that you guys got slapped up 2-0 by Brentford. You're coming to our ground. You're coming to our club. It's looking very, very peak. If you can't stop Embuemo, how the hell do you think you're stopping Madders and Son? And the beauty of this, as my bro Zeus has already commented on, is the fact that we struggle against the low block. But if you want to go toe to toe, by all means. And I fancy our chances with Nicholas Jackson, Sterling, Mandueke, Chukwueka. I don't give a damn who Chelsea got. Right about that is looking peak. And there's a possibility, well, he's already shown, but Bentancur is back anyway in the building. So you guys are mad. Let's just get on to the assembled. It says, here we go, Deji, talking about hit and hope. Spurs' whole season has been that. Don't forget your brothers in the VAR room, Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles. Yo, the assembled, let's be honest here. The VAR room, it was blatantly Stevie Wonder yesterday. Look, you're talking as if I would bet, and I'm looking at Zeus in the face now. When you think of high profile VAR cock-ups, I think we got to be right up there in the top three of being done the worst by VAR. I'm thinking the Newcastle goal where apparently Eric Dyer handballed and he's jumping and it's hit him. You think about Sissoko in the bloody Champions League final. You think about the goal that we scored at Old Trafford that blatantly went in. That wasn't a goal. I mean, Tottenham is up there in the top two, top three when it comes to being robbed. So I don't even know what the assemble talking about because I'm not understanding.
Oh, well, he's talking about the Liverpool game, I'm sure, right? So
Just one game.
yeah, it
One
was a
game.
big game though. It was a
Yeah.
big game though. Yeah.
But we deserved it. It was about time. We were due a win, and we got the win. I don't give a damn how we got the win. But the truth of the matter is we've been done dirty more times than we've been done right. So for me, I'm going to be shameless. I will take it this season. People are saying that Tottenham's had the rub of the green this year. I think we are. I think we are getting the rub of the green because we've never had it. We've never been getting the rub of the green. The goal that Harry Kane scored against Southampton, that was onside, that wasn't on. I mean, come on, man.
And still no penalties awarded.
Still no pens. Still no pens this whole season. Like my brother talked about in the last episode that we spoke, Arsenal's had 5 bloody pens. I mean, give me a break. And you're talking about Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder in the VAR room for Arsenal games. And then you got AFC always chatting some hella garbage here. Your performance against Sheffield United was so lucky you won the game. So are you telling me because you beat Sheffield United that you guys were doing something, AFC always? Because let me also remind you that at home, you drew with Fulham. Yeah? And guess what? We played Fulham, slapped them. So every team that you've played, that we've played, we've beaten. Yeah? Come chat to me when you play Brentford. Let me know what you can do. Let me know if you, man, can get over the line when you play Brentford, bro. Do you get me? Because we're showing you how things are done. And also, let it be known that you drew with Chelsea, yeah? I can't wait for 9 days to go by and you watch Tottenham, what a real team does to Chelsea. Slap that team up, letting Mudryk score goals from the sideline. You must be on a joke thing. Big up to Welcome Football Talk. Welcome. Thank you for being in this space. And then AFC always is saying age ain't. He says age shouldn't come into it if you're good enough. I can't even remember. What did we talk about?
I don't know if we.
Oh, okay. Is that about Pape Sarr?
Oh, okay.
Mate, if you're 19, age kind of does come into it. I know. I hear what you're saying, bro. But at the same time, if you're 19, playing for a team that's top of the league, you're a baller. I mean, if this was Jude Bellingham, we'd be shaking our bums and be pulling down our phone, to be honest, with the way that people talk about Jude Bellingham. Not saying that he doesn't deserve it. He does deserve it, and he scored 2 goals today in the El Clasico. But I'm just saying, if we're going to start shaking our bum violently for Jude Bellingham, who's of a similar age, let's also put some respect on the Senegalese midfielder in the Tottenham midfield, who I would say is having a better season than Declan Rice. Yeah, controversial opinion. Declan Rice is the easy thing to say because he cost 100 mil. But when you break down the impact of this young kid, he's part of the reason why we're top of the league, bro. Let's just be real. And here today agrees with us. He says Sarr's a real player. Boom, boom, boom. He says you're concerned that you're so dependent on Vicario's excellence. He has to produce at least one top quality save a match. Here to there, I have you know that Alisson, arguably the best goalkeeper in world football, he's having to pull out saves for Liverpool at least once a game. I lie, Zeus. Would you agree? If you want to win, if you want to be a title challenging team, a Premiership side, you need a keeper that is always ready, surely, to make a big save. You got to make a big save a game, surely.
Yeah, I don't think that's a criticism. That's a strong criticism. It's just saying, like, when he's called, like, I mean, the alternative is that he lets in the goal, right? Like, do we want that? I don't think we're relying on him. He's just when he gets called on, he doesn't. You know, there's some very savable goals that Lloris would let in, and you'd be like wondering, like, what the hell? Why didn't the fact that he's there? We got to use him, and the whole defensive line is pretty solid. It's consistent, and I don't think having the best goalie. I think statistically, if you check like the Athletic and stuff where they rank goalies, like he's been the best, and I don't think the fact that we have the best goalie this season, I don't think we could say is. I don't think it can be a knock against us. Not a criticism. We have him. We're going to use him, right?
Yeah.
Defense doing a good job preventing goals as well. Every once in a while, the opposition is going to have like a few pots at your goal, right? It's going to happen. But we're still dominating games possession wise and stuff like that. The goalie's going to pull out a tough save every now and again, but we're still dominating the entire game. So
yeah, 100%. I agree, and for me, I think keepers have always been important, but I would argue that the introduction of Van Dijk and Alisson was what shifted it for Liverpool, in my opinion. As soon as those guys came in, Liverpool were a different beast. If Liverpool had Loris of last season in goal, then the stuff that Liverpool achieved in the last 7 years, they wouldn't have achieved it. So that's how highly we've
Yeah.
got to kind of respect the keeper. And the fact that we've been able to find a top quality keeper for very cheap, still relatively young. He's 27 years old, although he looks like he's 21. I think it's been a masterstroke by Spurs, and it's what's given us the edge, isn't it? I think what it is that the players we brought in is giving us the edge. And Jonas agrees. He says, Brennan Johnson has to start. Do you know what? Zeus don't agree with me on this, but I quite like the job that Richarlison did against Palace. I thought, he's a battering ram. He's bish bash bosh. I didn't mind it. I mean, yeah, Brennan came on and immediately, we got the second goal.
So I'm saying immediately.
But I don't know. He just seems a little bit lightweight for me, or maybe he needs time to settle. What do you think?
No. I was looking at his record in Nottingham Forest. I think he scored 28 goals in 74 appearances, something like that. He's been playing British football for a long time, and he's scoring at a very decent clip, right? Yeah. So Richarlison, I don't know, man. Like, what game was it in particular where Richarlison was just missing like incredible chances?
Luton.
So I would like Johnson had a goal that he scored when it was his debut, and it was
was it Sheffield United?
It could have been. It was ruled off for offside. Yeah, I think it was Sheffield United. It was ruled off for offside. So I'm just saying, in his limited run with the team, he's looked to be better in terms of finishing and scoring. And Richarlison hasn't, right? I don't think Richarlison can be relied on to score goals.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why they switched him out, right? Son for Richarlison for the mid, right? So
I think Ben Davies though was kind of affecting his game though. Ben Davies on that left hand side was just like open.
He's a better match for sure. But like I said, man, like I think if you need a goal, like if you maybe not to embarrass the player and mess up with his mental health or anything like that, but if you need a goal, I think Johnson's the better option.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Maybe we haven't seen much of Brennan Johnson so far. I just got this sense that could he be a little bit lightweight and against a bunch of barbarians, which the Crystal Palace team were. They were a bunch of barbarians with Roy Hodgson playing the role of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Conan. Yeah. Then I just felt like maybe Brennan Johnson wasn't ready for that kind of physical type of game. But hey, he came on and he did his thing. He helped us get the second goal. So you may have a point. Yeah, maybe he does deserve to start. And let's see. I felt like I need to see a run of games with him. I think definitely, though, what we do need for the Chelsea game is we need Udogie back. I feel like the Ben Davies thing, it was a complete disaster, to be honest. And I'm glad that he brought Emerson Royale. Why he didn't start with Emerson Royale in the first place, I don't know. But at least he was savage enough to fix the mistake.
So I think Ben Davies had the official word was that he had a knock. I don't know, maybe.
Is that the official word? I just thought he.
That he picked up an injury at halftime. But that might be just to mask it up, right? That might be just to.
I think it was mask off like Future or something. I actually think it was mask off. I think Ben Davies, he just doesn't give you anything going forward. He just wants to stay back, and with the Postecoglou, like I don't remember him. I think he got in the ball in the area once, and he kind of swiped, and he got the ball across the goal once. That was it. When Emerson Royale came on, he was more attacking than defending. Now that could just be because Postecoglou had time to fix things up in the second half. But really and truly, when you think of Udogie is more in the opposition half than he is defending, and Ben Davies was more defending. So I just felt like there was a kind of mentality problem. It's not Ben Davies' fault. It's just that's not his game. And he's being asked to do something that is alien to him. And I think it showed on the pitch.
Yeah, definitely. Udogie is the first choice, undisputed offensive weapon. Ben Davies is not. You can rely on him to to help create and help out the strikers, right, in any shape or form. So
yeah. Anthony Herbert's in the building. And Kitty Catty hat trick. I'm shaking my bum violently. I don't know why these Arsenal fans, Zeus, are shaking their bum violently. Nothing's changed, guys. Yes, and Kitty Catty got a hat trick today. Is Kitty Catty gonna hit double figures? That's what we want to know. That's what the Tottenham faithful want to know. We want to know, is he good enough to get 12 Premier League goals? That's it. If he gets 12 Premier League goals, you're gonna have to clap for him. But scoring a hat trick against Sheffield United and you guys shaking your bum like your Cisco's phone song, I don't know why Anthony Herbert, stop shaking your bum. Sit down and calm yourself down. Relax, because Sheffield United is bottom of the table. You were quick to tell me how Tottenham's only played the bottom half of the table. Well, let me remind you that Sheffield United is rock bottom. If you guys are getting gassed about beating Sheffield United 5-0 in your yard, then you guys are shameful and shameless. I wouldn't be shaking my bum. Look at Zeus, yeah? Look at myself and Zeus. We beat Palace. We beat Fulham. We're not air shaking our bum. We're top of the league. We're not air shaking our bum. What we are saying is, it is what it is, isn't it? We're doing what we needed to do. And the boys are doing, and they're doing well. Given Tottenham's history, we're still doing that. So you guys calm yourself down. Now, AFC always, Zeus, is saying that Deji, we were top of the league till March, 93%. Can you honestly say Tottenham will do the same? What? AFC always. You need to know that we have nothing to do with you, man. You're not Tottenham, and we're not. Don't be comparing us. We are not the same. We are doing our own thing. Come chat to me when you've got 26 points after 10 games. Yeah? Come chat to me when Arteta has 2 Premier League managers of the month, soon to be a third for Postecoglou. By the way, we're going, because I think if we beat Chelsea and we beat Wolves, it's going to be the third one coming our way. And Madders or Basuma is likely to get player of the month this coming month. So don't be comparing our teams, my bro. That's what you do. You, man, are leading for 93% of the time. And then when it's time, you go up, and then you apologize. That's what you guys do. You apologize. So we're not doing that right now. And then sorry, Zeus, I'm just answering this because I know the assembled is going to be coming at me. AFC. He says, if Tottenham can keep their vital players injuries free and strengthen in January, yes, you will be a problem. That hurts me to say. No, big up to you, Zeus. What do you think about that statement?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, everyone talks about the thinness of the first 11 and how is
it that thin though?
Oh, it's thin. I was looking at it the other day. It's thin, right?
Even
I mean,
Bentancur back, Højbjerg.
Okay, so
this man on the bench,
center back is thin. Like the first 2 are, Rolls Royce players. You got Van de Ven and Romero. Yeah. The next is a considerable step down in Eric Dyer, right? Yeah. Eric Dyer as your only center back is asking for trouble, right?
Yeah.
So we need to get strengthen there. Then a Madison replacement for sure.
And you don't think Bentancur can do that role?
I haven't seen him. Like he's usually at least with Conte, he was more of a central midfield player.
Yeah, they say he's kind of like is it like a 6 really or 8?
Yeah,
like
so
that's his natural position. Yeah,
I think we need more. You need more like a 10 than to play Madison. Yeah, so I don't see Lo Celso in his little cameo against Fulham. I think I didn't see anything great. So you still need a Madison replacement. I guess the question mark is how Johnson gets along. Is he going to come and he gets into the side and hit the ground running and start chipping in with goals?
Yeah.
Because Richarlison, like I said, I can't rely on him. So if they they can't, because we need someone else to score goals apart from Son. Yeah. So those are the 3 positions that are of the question. Another center back, a an attacking midfield Madison replacement, and potentially a forward player that can
Yeah,
bang goals, right?
fair.
Yeah, I mean Solomon could be back by then, but I don't. Even from what I saw, I don't
Yeah,
think he.
I don't think it's that guy. Yeah, I hear you.
Right?
I
So if,
prefer Brennan before him anyway.
if we can sell Richarlison and get someone else that's proven, that would be the ideal. That would be the ideal.
Fair,
Yeah.
fair, fair. No, fair. I think that's fair. I can't even argue with that. Megan Fox, big up to you. Thank you for being in the building. Megan Fox is predicting a 6-1 thrashing of Manchester United. It's not financial advice, but I'll be putting a tenner on Man City to be beating Manchester United 7-0. And an extra tenner on Eric Ten Hag to lose his job after the game. Because that Manchester United team is so dusty. You know, there's two teams that ain't even worth me chatting about. Man U and Chelsea. Them two are like the Bash brothers. They're both as crap. Has Man U played Chelsea? Because I need to see that game. They're as crap as each other. So we will see. Do you know what I mean? But they are rubbish. The Assemble says Arsenal lost 5 points to your friends in the VAR room. Hey, the Assembled, I'm not going to lie. You and I both know that it swings in roundabouts with the VAR decisions. You're going to get your time. You always do. Do you get me? Remember that we had some crazy things happening last season or the season before when bloody, what's his name, Fernandez is taking a penalty ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo. You know, like crazy things. Crazy things. Come on, let's be real. And Megan Fox, you know, this is why I respect Megan. She's even adding extras. Zeus. She said half of Arsenal goals have been penalties and deflected goals. And I got Arsenal fans shaking their bum. People talking about Tottenham being fortunate. The truth of the matter is, Arsenal has been the most fortunate team so far this season. When you look at their games, Arsenal have been more fortunate than Spurs. Could have easily drawn against Nottingham Forest at home. Could have lost to Fulham. Come on, guys. Should have lost to Manchester United. Let's be real, Garnacho. It was marginally offside. If that had gone in or that was given, man, you were having a different conversation. Come on, let's be real. And then the Edith Sanchez move last week with Chelsea. I mean, come on, guys. Let's just be sensible. Here today saying it's true. We've got another pen today. Look at another pen today. 6 total. Come on. This is a joke thing. Can someone look into this? We're talking about VAR. Arsenal out here getting more penalties than they do shots. Our defense is superior to yours. Rare could have a cookout and we can keep a clean sheet while Vicario has to do a madness. Is that true?
I don't know. I just know. I mean, I know. Right? What's it called? Raya's been shaky, and there've been questions about his defensive ability. But I don't know. Like I still don't buy that having a solid goalkeeper is a bad thing. Like I still say we're controlling most of these games, so yeah, I don't think it's not like the defense is controlled, right? Someone can have it can be a set piece. Someone can have a corner and they get a header off, and okay, you have to save it. So it's not like our defense is being run ragged and they're cutting through us on a regular basis. I feel.
Yeah, no, I agree. Here today saying, Deji, let's not do this. Saar is good, but Declan has our defense at such a top level. I would say the same about Pape Sarr. I mean, Spurs have only conceded like 8 or 9 goals. Remember that Spurs had the worst defense in the Premier League pretty much last season, and now we've got one of the best defenses. I'm just saying here today that people are not giving Pape Sarr the ratings, and we're not doing the kind of Sky Sports, ESPN, all the kind of YouTube chat. If you watch Pape Sarr properly, what is Declan Rice doing more than what Pape Sarr is doing? And to be honest, when Pape Sarr's doing it, at least he has a little bit of Maggie Cube on there, bruv. At least there's a little bit of sauce. Declan is stiff. You get me? I'm not even going to lie to you. He's a stiff guy. So for me, I'm staying with that statement. And I know my brother Zeus is. The Assembled says, this is Deji. This is what he does. Bro, I'm not trying to. This is not clickbait stuff, bro. If you're watching the games, tell me what Declan is doing more than Pape Sarr. That is the truth. What we do on this channel is we have the conversation before people start having the conversation, and you're like, oh yeah, we don't jump on the bandwagon. We are seeing things as it happens. Zeus, we've been doing this. Do you get what I'm saying? Soon, people are going to start talking about Pepe Sarr, then they talk about him. We've been talking about Van der Ven from the start. Deji, is too soon to talk about Van der Ven. Van der Ven is better than Gabriel. He is. It's clear to see. Any Arsenal fan trying to say that Van der Ven is not better than Gabriel, you are crazy and there's something wrong with your eyes. And I think it's clear to say that Vicario is better than Rea. Because Rea is not really getting tested in games. If he was, you'd concede more goals. That's just the truth. We know he's suspect. When Arsenal got tested, he let off. That's what's been happening. So, James, the paratrooper, is saying, I saw you standing up for Tottenham. Thank you, brother. Great job taking all the fake Tottenham fans to task. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you, James, paratrooper. Yeah, man. We got Tottenham fans. And Zeus, I don't know if you saw the clip as well. It was on the terrace. Tottenham fans trying to tell me not to. What was so mad about that whole thing was we're excited. We're saying, look, I'm saying if Tottenham beat Fulham, if we beat Crystal Palace, can people start respecting our club and recognizing us as title challengers? And I've got people telling me that's wild. How can that be a wild statement? We've got 26 points from 30. Under Postecoglou, we're cooking, we're dominating games, and we've got people telling us about Levy. But under Levy, we bought Vicario. I'm not saying I'm a supporter of Levy, don't get it twisted. But he brought in Paratici. Under Paratici, we've got Vicario. We got Van der Ven. We got Romero. We got Udogi. We got Pape Sarr. We got Basuma. We got Maddis. We got Bentancur. We got Kulusevski. I mean, bloody hell, mate. Pretty much our whole bloody team was put together by Paratici. And people are trying to get excited. We got a decent... Now, you can say with chest, we got a good 11. I'm going to say with chest, I reckon we've actually got a good 13, 14, to be honest. Because I think Højbjerg does a job.
He's serviceable. He's serviceable, I would say.
Brendan Johnson doesn't start, in theory.
Yeah.
So to have Brendan Johnson to be able to come on, to have a Bentancur to come on, even if Bentancur starts, to have a Pape Sarr to come on, come on, bro. Arsenal only have 3 players that they can bring on. They can only bring on Timber, Smith Rowe, Trossard. Who else can they bring? That is of quality that can make a change. Don't tell me Kivior. Don't tell me Vieira. Don't tell me Jorginho.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you really break it down, there isn't much difference. So it's not as bad as people are trying to make out. So yeah, big up James, the paratrooper, bro. We're going to be supporting Spurs. Nobody's going to come here and chat rubbish to our face. And Megan's even predicting she will laugh if Tottenham was to win the league. Mate, if Tottenham was to win the league, it's shut down. Shut down season. And maybe the prediction that me and Zeus had last season, maybe Zeus, is it plausible? And I know this might come out wild. Is it plausible that maybe we were a season too early with our predictions last season?
I don't know, because it was a very different system, right? 2 seasons ago, we saw the way we ended with Conte. I based it off of that. You know, that we would go from strength to strength.
Yeah.
That's completely different than now that we have a completely different manager, different system, and the expectation was just for him to get it right. But maybe this guy is the real deal. Maybe then like he's everywhere he's been, he's won, right? Like Celtic
literally everywhere. Literally everywhere.
So maybe he is the real deal. Maybe
and he's winning. He's winning, bro. He's top of the league.
Yeah, maybe he's that guy and he has what it takes. Like hopefully that's the case. But like I said, I'm still measured. Title challenge would be fantastic. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. A title challenge will be fantastic, but I'm not gonna put the pressure on him that we need to win the league with this team, blah blah blah, and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
no, we're not going to do that. But what I will say though, and big up to the assembled. One thing I like about the assembled is he's quite measured. He's actually saying, let's give Richarlison time to cook. Here to there is trying to draw me out. I would actually say to you now, and I did say this. I'm not scared of any team.
I think
I'm not
City,
scared of any.
man.
Who scares you, bro? People are telling us about our next few games. We've got Chelsea, Wolves to come, Villa, West Ham, Newcastle, Man City. All right, okay.
Means we're City's
Who scares you?
we're
Who?
City's bogey. Well, okay, we've got Liverpool out of the way, but we're City's bogey team, right? So actually, yeah, you're right. We always beat City. We always kind of beat City.
We
So
slap them up. Even when we're not playing well, we always slap up City.
yeah,
Aston
but
Villa, they deserve a cook.
Villa could be tricky. That's a tricky game.
I think we slap them up because they're going to come at us. Newcastle, I watched them tonight against Wolves.
Yeah,
Wolves
they
should have
drop.
won, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Wolves
they
should have
drop
won.
points. So
West Ham get turned.
West Ham,
They get
they
turned.
what do you say about West Ham?
They get turned by us. We turn them over.
I don't know about that. I won't forget the game. I think a few seasons ago we were losing 2-0 and we ended up losing 3-2.
Yeah, fair.
So
All the free.
yeah, all that stuff. So the derbies, these London derbies. So West Ham always they've done it a few times where we slipped up against them, right? 3-3, 3-2. So I'm always like about those. But actually Villa that's actually a key game. Like
So
that.
if we, sorry Zeus, if we get over Villa, if we get through the Villa and Newcastle games without losing, then would you encourage all Spurs fans to believe?
Yes.
Because for me, those are the big. And Brighton, those are the dodgy ones. Yeah, those three teams, they're the dodgy games.
I don't know. I'm kind of lukewarm on Brighton now. It seems like they're kind of losing a bit of their way there. But those ones, Villa, West Ham, like convincing victories. That I'm like, okay, it's real.
This could be real. So you're saying hold tight until we play those matches, basically, before we start shaking up.
Exactly. Yeah.
If we beat Newcastle and Villa, is it fair to say, and West Ham, you will be shaking your bum violently?
Yes.
I need people to know.
If it's convincing, 2-goal kind of things, then yeah, for sure. I'm shaking all the way in the nude even.
I'm with you. I'm with you, bro. I might have to come out to the 6 to join you while I shake the bum. It will be like a music video. I swear, man, it will be a music vid. It's very cool, but I will do it. Nas has asked something, and I'm gonna respond to this simply because I mentioned on a preview show or something last week about Pochettino being the inside man for Spurs, and hence why I knew that Chelsea were going to get something from the Arsenal game because he's our guy. He still loves us. Do you get what I'm saying? Which is why I know that Chelsea are going to come to Spurs and get beat. He's going to roll over for us. Trust me, he's not even going to
roll over. Yeah, let's Spurs
roll over.
Let's Spurs
if Tottenham beat Chelsea, just know Pochettino is doing an inside job where he's taking gold bars out of Stamford Bridge. Literally, he's just there to help us, and he's paving the ground for being the successor to Postecoglou at some point down the line. But yes. If you watch all Pochettino teams, they can't hack the low block. I don't think we ever did well when a team did low block. Hence why we didn't kick on. Had we beaten the teams like we were supposed to in those seasons, we could have been singing a different hymn. And that's where Postecoglou has the edge over Pochettino. So far, so good with the teams. It don't matter if you got low block, don't matter if you got high block, don't matter if your block is in the middle. Yeah. Postecoglou has an answer for it all, whereas Poch doesn't. And the problem with Poch is a one-trick pony. He's going to go 4-2-3-1. It's all out. Enzo, Caicedo, we already know what it is. And he don't do the inverted back wing players. He wants flying wingers. So with that plays into Tottenham's hands. Because if Reece James is going forward and let's say Chilwell, whoever you got, or what's his name, Cucurella, man's got acres of space. So yeah, bro. So that's my answer, bro. That is Pochettino. That's Pochettino teams. They're struggling. So that's it. Look, last few comments. Davis wasn't even trying. He let all the defensive job to VDV. I mean, that was the problem, bro, and that's why we had to bring on Emerson Royale, because Ben Davis wasn't defending and he weren't attacking. And the whole point of the wing backs is to bloody attack. Even if you got VDV in the building, you need to be providing some sort of attacking outlet. That's why we didn't keep Reguilon, because Reguilon, if you think about it, he just runs. He's just a headless chicken, just runs wild with no end product. And at least Emerson Royale, he can kick ball. It's a bit odd seeing him on the left-hand side, but he does do a good job. AFC always is asked, will Richarlison score 12 goals? Richarlison will score more goals than Nketiah Catty. 100%. I know Zeus is not a big fan of Richarlison. I am. I think Richarlison is going to come good. Watch this, brother. He will surprise you. And even Zeus don't mind, to be honest, because if Richarlison is cooking and banging in goals, it's all the better for Tottenham Hotspur. Zeus? Or you're just not having it? You're just, because I can see your face, you don't look like you're having it one bit.
I think I'm having it, man. Like I've seen too many clear misses, so I'd rather Johnson. Yeah, I think that spot is Johnson's. Let's put it like that. I think Johnson, that's his spot on the left wing there.
Yeah. No, big up. Last few comments. No, big up for everyone in the chat for being here. All of you, please like and subscribe. James is saying Wolves look dangerous. Yeah, but Wolves play the sort of football that we want them to play. We want them to come at us. To be honest, I'm not afraid of any of these teams anymore. No. And the assembled is saying, question is, manager of the month a team trophy nowadays? Of course it is. Manager of the month is a measure of how well your team is doing, true or false. And the truth of the matter is, it compounds what we know. And let me break it down to you, Assemble, because I know you don't want to accept it, but let me remind you real quick. Manager of the month, first 2 months of the year. Player of the month, first 2 months of the year. And also most successful manager after 9 games in the Prem. If that is not keeping you up at night, the Assembled, I don't know what is. Because right now, the telltale signs is that there is a major shift happening at our club, and it is massive. Yes, Zeus, you got to go. I know you got to go, bro. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in this space. Zeus, just before you go, because I got to wrap up as well. You know, we talked about Tottenham fans not really being too happy, blah, 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 this and that. How should we act for the next? How should we be? Because, you know, we can't help it. There's a lot of Tottenham fans getting gas, shaking bums. We've got Tottenham fans predicting titles. What should our behavior be for the next couple of games now? What would you like to see? Within reason, do you expect us to be unbeaten?
Unbeaten? Chelsea. Okay, there's a guy I follow on Twitter, and he's very deep in this tactics and strategy and analysis and all that stuff. And he said that the Chelsea game that's going to be a very tough game for us. I forget the reason he used, but so that game, I think we could. I'm okay actually. Me personally, I'm okay dropping points, right? Chelsea. I'm okay with a draw with Chelsea or something like that. But how we should act, I think, don't respond when other fans try to push you guys and say, oh, but you're gonna do this. They're gonna just take, don't just kind of try to be humble about it if that's possible. When we get to the January transfer window, we're still there, then go crazy. But just kind of be humble. Everyone expects us to. They're gonna try and push us. Oh, you're not gonna win a trophy, all that kind of stuff. Just keep it cool. Say, okay, cool. But the team's doing well, something like that. Measured. Don't play into these tricks. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. We're doing well right now. Just keep it at that kind of level if you can.
Okay, fair. And at the moment, there's 2 teams who are unbeaten: Tottenham and Arsenal. Arsenal won today 5-0. For me, should we be fearful of Arsenal? Should we take them seriously? I don't really take Arsenal serious. I think they've had an all right start. But should we be showing a little bit more respect to Arsenal and what they're doing? or are we
Um,
expecting the Wolves to
Wait, let
fall
me
off?
just take a real quick run through here. Let me see. Have they played any? Okay, they beat United.
They've not played Liverpool.
They
They've
haven't
not
played
played
Liverpool.
Aston Villa, Newcastle. They've not played Brighton. So the same big teams that we. They've not played Wolves either. I don't think Arsenal. So they got similar fixtures to
Similar.
us.
Wow, it's similar. Okay, I mean, based off that, I mean, they're. I guess they're ahead of us in that sense because they have the same manager. Um, who has his system in place. Postecoglou actually says a lot of the times that there's still a lot to come. Like he still has. I think he doesn't believe that the team is firing on all cylinders just yet. They're still learning his style, all that stuff. So, with that said, I guess they're ahead of us in terms of their rebuild, their project. So, yeah, let's leave it at that. Hopefully, I believe I will be proven wrong, but they are ahead of us.
Okay, fair. Well, everyone, Zeus, thank you for being here. Everyone, thank you for joining us tonight. That's kind of our match reaction. North London is Lily White, to be honest. Tottenham top of the league, 26 points. Arsenal are behind us, breathing fire and brimstone down our neck. And just the one positive thing I will say, it's a pleasure to see North London running things at the moment in the Premier League. I had enough of the Manchester clubs running things, to be honest. And it's good to see North London top of the tree. Let's see. I think it's over to Arsenal and Spurs over the next 6 games. We'll see Wagwan in the next couple of games. I'm not getting carried away about Nketiah. I'm not getting carried away about Arsenal. But Tottenham fans, enjoy. Don't let anyone put you down. Don't anyone lie to you. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And as for you Arsenal fans in the building, well, catch us if you can. That's the message coming out of the Lily White part of North London. Catch us if you can. We are top of the league.
Top of the
We
league.
are cooking.
Right.
And for that, over and out.
Peace. All right. I got to run, broski.
Bro, thank you so much.